for being here. Once again, returning to a teen conspiracy theories. Tonight we talk about Paul McCartney. Is that guy really alive? Or that's literally from 1966? Who is Paul McCartney? Is that imposter? Or is it just the rumors? So we are going to check a little in the peak of their career, 1966. Remember the period when everybody was screaming and starting to be the first super fans of this group, the first groupie girls. Yes, definitely the band was in crisis. If literally November 1966 in a car crash, Paul McCartney was killed and they found the copycat. And let's go there, let's go deeper, let's research this. I'm going as well to open one candle for you guys. Just bear with me 1 second, bear with me. Lighter. Let's see, guys. So, is it true that George Harris made a statement that Paul McCartney is dead? Wow, it's true. Wow, it's true. But as well, yes, this Paul McCartney with the card 10, yes, definitely he's dead. But as well, they were worried they are going to lose something from the Gory, the Penniless card, and they didn't want to literally they wanted to have literally a spirit of let's keep up whatever, let's keep up the secret. Look at with the 4 of Pentacle and Devil energy. It's true, definitely there is a proof, and that's the truth. George Harris audio tape seems it's a truth, but as well they were just keeping the secret, and the lie imposter was there. You cannot call it imposter, it's like a copycat that was literally having a work, and that was a strategically put to the person. If you say imposter, somebody who was doing secretly from literally for his own purpose and glory, but this case he was literally asked from the co-workers, other Beatles, as well from the team, and as well from the family, that just to play that role. And yes, they were all scared they're going to lose the glory, and they wanted to keep up the same, right, keep up everything that they had before his death. And that's why this trick is here. That's the whole truth. And this is finally the 2019, I do believe, or 17, literally, that literally showing up that tape. Literally, it seems like, yes, it seems like that confirming, just the tapes are confirming about Paul McCartney death. So let's go deeper. Let's see from a different angle. Was he really sacrificed? That's where I'm going, guys. I'm going to check the energy. Was Paul McCartney sacrificed? Was he a sacrifice one? Wow. There is a betrayal, and he wanted to run away. Wow. Guys, why is there is a story as well? One of the conspiracy stories, the one that really, the rest of the stories, they are not, they don't surprise me energetically, but the one that is getting the dark vibes, the story about literally that Beatles, they planned the death hoax. And is that Paul McCartney being victim, sacrificed on purpose just for the glory of the Beatles? I see the betrayal. and the card, the answer is yes, and betrayal. So I bet then the answer for that one, that literally Paul McCartney was pre-planned death hoax for Beatles just for keeping up with the glory. They needed to sacrifice somebody for the contract with the devil. So seems like yes, he was betrayed, and whatever happened, it seems like it's a car crash, but it's arranged just to keep up the spirit of the glory with the band. Like I said, signing the contract with the devil always have to be made with some human sacrifice. And in this case, he literally wanted to run off. Look at, and literally, wow, it seems like the person who was running off, rejecting to stay there with him, as well got the betrayal for the same team, from the same team. Who is the team? The Beatles are the team. Wow, it looks strange here. Sorry guys for that bad light. 1 second, can you make it better? And then I want to ask just one more deck for you guys. Paul McCartney, spirit of the Paul McCartney. Can we connect to a spirit of the Paul McCartney? What's your message for us? My mind is free. Yes. My mind is free. I'm off from the planet. I don't have any more the earth planet worries. As well, I'm going to be reunited, guys, with the people who are really the one, they're real true friends and in love with Paul McCartney. They're going to be reunited. It's very peaceful energy that I feel. And just don't be trickster, don't be tricked, because these guys were literally, they fooled you. These guys, they fooled you just to continue a contract for the cash, as you see, and they choose wrongly. Wow. Because literally afterwards, whatever they tried to do, like, was the end. And remember that afterwards was a long period, like you didn't hear from the Beatles at all. And although there is a small details, the time schedule, the some years of activity, but then they dropped out, right? And literally just personally, separately, each of them, they try to continue have just a solo career, right? Starting from John Lennon and the rest. And one second, let me check more. Just with one more deck. Was Paul McCartney sacrificed for the glory of Beatles? Wow, yes, look at, for the glory, for the vanity, for the personal vanity. Wow, wow, wow. Something that he rejected. Wow, but they were doomed. Whoever tried to sacrifice him, definitely they were doomed, because later on they had to cancel. They literally has to cancel their, look at, they had to cancel their band. And 1 second, I want to record this just for a second on TikTok, and short version for here as well, guys. 1 second. If you hear this noise coming from my frozen shoulder, I have the plastic remedy here and the plastic on the top. At least I hear it. So, as well, this thing with the last question connected to the Paul McCartney and the Tracy's, on the cover page of my video live stream, you have there where he's walking together with the rest of the band. literally crossing the street on that Abbey Road, and literally he is the only one barefooted. That was the first sign that he was literally the one who is already not anymore on the planet Earth. He's just free man. He's just free spirit, and he's not anymore there. As well, later on he was on the next album, always the only one who was doing something on the cover page, on that photo session, something different, like he would be dressed in the black while the other three guys would be in the white. Then whenever that album with the white suits, just to check up there, he was the only one. They all had like a small rose here, but the three guys, the rest three guys, they have a red rose. He was the only one having the black rose as well. There was some other one, again, well, something around the photo session, the small messages, small details, that they were always revealing the truth that Paul McCartney is dead and was dead already. So what was the next one? There was one where he was looking, yes, he was looking, just he turned his back on the cover page, and the rest of the guys, they were just looking straight uh, to the audience, right, to the camera, and he was the only one like walking away from, like walking away from planet, from you guys, from the super fans of the Beatles. There was as well recordings when they literally, they start to be in a fashion that with the conspiracy theories, checking out and doing the reverse play of all the songs of the Beatles. Literally after that date, 1966, whatever was published, there is so many songs in literally each album was literally a word put up where like one of the Beatle literally would say like, Paul is dead, we miss you, Paul is dead. uh, it's really so clear. It's not like echo, it's so clear, and you can check out, just Google it, guys. Definitely the theory around why they have to do the secret text for the songs, because was that the Beatles were pushed from the musical managers, literally from the musical and managers from the musical industry, to literally play under their rules, and this was the only way that they're, yes, 10 of cups, they really need to break through, and this was the only way to break through, to call it like their own freedom of speech, through that secret involvement of the text message directly, to expose the message. And it seems like that was as well, look at manipulation as well. They literally have a message literally to the super fans, and somehow just playing and tricking others that they really love them. It didn't seem, it really did. They were, as you see with the fives, or they were literally thinking that as well, with this contract with the devil and the musical industry pushed literally blackmail, they understood that they are not in a great company. Look at these wars, they could hit them, not just surrounding in everybody. They could hurt like musical industry, they could hurt Beatles, and as well they could hurt the all the super fans. Like definitely they are hitting on them as well, you see on the top over their head, and they have understanding, they were afraid to deal with these tricksters, and they were really scared for their own future, so they prefer to not to expose all the truth, but through that they were definitely breaking through in each album with the song, and behind the song where there was a reverse text where there was always a message like, Paul, we miss you, Paul is dead. And that was the only way to put a secret message, install it, and literally expose the truth, because truth always find a way. Is that's why I have there 400 more videos for 1 year, 400 videos for 1 year. It seems like I'm doing this, guys. The playlist justice will be served like every day. I have one video or sometimes two, and it's amazing to have this free of charge volunteer work for the justice and truth to come out. And the truth is coming, so whoever questioned the truth and with these conspiracy theories, definitely the system is not letting us to have the full information just for their own personal material greediness. Always there is that cash thing that somehow keeping or trying to keep away the secrets from us. But as you see, whoever was playing the game with us, literally, yes, they were playing the game with us, but the secret is always exposed, as you see. And I do believe in maturity with getting old, that the strongest of one, George Harrison, somehow he got away with that spirit. Let's tell the truth. I'm free now, I can speak about, and I want to revisit what really happened. Let's revisit that theory. Is Paul McCartney dead from 1966? And definitely there is that secret audio tape, and this is confirmation. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. And yes, he was dead. He was dead already then. And anything just for the glory, for the contract with the musical industry, for the cash, to keep up the glory, keep up the business, not to lose, being scared to lose the money with that page of pentacle, right? Card here. They literally had to follow the instructions with the trivial thing to find the fake guy, fake Paul McCartney. Again, guys, I repeat, I wouldn't call it an imposter, because this guy came, he got a job, and this is like a copycat. And that's the pure strategy of the musical industry, and to keep up the secret as well, as you see. Just not to stay penniless. Look at, as you see, keep the secret about his death and sign the contract with the devil. Yes, a new sign for the glory, because we could lose the mess if we literally crash the band now after one Beatles is dead, and they didn't want to lose the pentacle. And that's why that was a pure strategy to literally have that copycat, that lie. And again, whatever turns to be like, okay, we are going to do for our personal glory, we are going to keep it as well for the glory, for the material greatness of our musical industry, it's turned to a doomed, as you see with two cards, because after just few years, remember that they didn't stamp Beatles till the end. Just think over, because Rolling Stones till now, they exist like a grandpapas, right? Like a Muppet Show. Yes, they do exist. Like a Muppet Show, they are back in that stage up. These two grandpapas, they do exist. But why the Beatles had to crash? Because this was doomed. Whatever was the contract with the devil fake, they were exposed. And literally, I went with the brave George Harris, and I always loved the spirit of George Harris. George Harris was the one who gave the estate. What I heard in India, visiting the Krishna center, the center of the Krishna in Vrindavan, just outside of Agra in India, where I was in celebration of Krishna birthday, when I was making literally the exhibition of religion around the world. I was told that the George Harris gave all estate of him as a present in the middle of the London, somewhere suburbia of London, the huge estate for the Krishna followers. And yes, I do love his spirit, and probably he was the one having really that big heart and soul, and he was feeling the guilty, that pure energy in George Harris. Like again, I really loved the George Harris when I was a little girl, when I saw first time the long play, and I was a little girl, and my older sister, they loved to listen Beatles, and I loved that guy. And George Harris was the one that literally exposed the truth. You see how the energy flows. Even if you're a kid, you can notice the energy, who is a good person. And that's confirming that I was as well having that pure talent to notice who is a member of the club of the dark or the of the angel forces. And George here is talking about this on a recorded secret audio tapes. It seems like just confirming what we already knew and what is already my channeling as well. Do check up. So there is literally a last testament of George Harris, and Paul McCartney really is dead. This was a 2010 eventual. Widow is from 2010, although the article was from 2017, so pardon me. So it's 1 hour and 35 minutes documentary, right? It truth about the urban legend revealed by the George Harris secret audio tapes that Paul McCartney was killed in a car crash. So yes, this is not a conspiracy theory, and as well the double person, whoever is playing the Paul McCartney, it's not Paul McCartney. That's why they use all this photo session for every new album after his death. There was a trick on the cover, on the cover for the new album, and there would be always a trick about, there would be a sign, not a trick, there would be a sign of this news always. And do check up that 2010 documentary, The Last Testament of George Harris. I haven't seen this one, but I recommend because I trust George Harris. One second, what else? Anything else to cover with this? You're welcome to leave me under the video any of the new possible question connected to this Beatles conspiracy. It's so strange that even after that documentary, that was 2010. Now, when it's recorded, first of all, it's 2022. We are still talking. Like, guys, what is this? Like, let me think. Am I wrong? It's like, it's over 50 years, like almost 60 years of, in 2026, yes, it will be 60 years. It's the end of the 2022. We are almost entering 2023, and we are still not getting the full input. Why? This is really a nonsense. Why we wouldn't receive now the truth? Because the truth is already delivered from George Harrison. Why? It's so simple. Because of the cash, because of that industry, the musical industry could be pushed and literally and accused. And of course, when they're accused, they could, for this manipulation with the fake person inside of the band all these years, they could literally be somehow charged for this trickster, right? And it seems like that weirdest ox of the musical industry, it's called Paul McCartney. What is his opinion about this? I'm just going to pull up. As I said, his mind is free. He's careless. He's going to reunite with the band, with the friends, guys, whoever loved him. No worries. I just heard no worries for him. Whatever was this earth energy trivial just for the cash, like literally, that was just manipulation, like I said. But do not worry, guys. Like, we are going to reunite with the Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney is waiting for you, guys, the rest of the Beatles. I'm just going to pull up one more card. 1 second. Give me one more from Paul McCartney. Message from Paul McCartney to Beatles and to the fans. Wow. he's still thinking of the band, he's still thinking of you, he's thinking of the band, he's thinking of reuniting. He forgives you whatever you were doing on this planet Earth, and he's waiting for you. Yes. So his mind, he's not bitter because you make this charade, like whatever was done with him, with personally him rejecting to be a part of this charade. um, it seems like as well, you know guys, like his mind is free. Again, the weirdest of all, that what I have heard in between other that we already check with the tarot and my energy reading, other theories, there's the last drop would be of being so real proof, because this is the truth when there are so many real proof, as you see. The last drop in this long list of the proofs, that obviously Paul McCartney is dead from 1966, is as well that continuously somebody is taking care, and the house that is still the one of the houses in his possession, was it a cottage or something, the tiny smallest country side house, is still getting the bills on his name. Just for you, to let you know why it's like this, because whenever the person is dead, like there is like a new generation, somebody who is going to inherit, and people are moving, and as well the same people, the new generation, they are taking these same responsibilities, and the name is changed as well, whatever is bureaucratic paper, right? So what was the purpose? Everything goes around the contracts, bills, documents, and keeping up the money. Money has to still roll in, and that's the pure manipulation with the contract, with them. Uh, wow! Look at with the contract. The devil energy. Let's keep up the secret. Everything just to keep rolling the money, and not to lose the money. Like, oh my god, these Beatles were so scared to lose the money. And think of, oh, who was the only one, the who was the only one who was such a big philanthrope and humanitarian? Who? George Harris. And George Harris literally was one that I'm again repeating, the one who was delivering this secret. Yes, there is his testimony, literally, in that movie from 2010 documentary. Literally, there is audio voice about telling the truth what happened to Paul McCartney. 1966 November, he died in a car crash, and that they literally hired the copy, the double, right? And person that literally look like Paul McCartney. And later on, we have to get used to that person, because that person became the part of the member as well. We got used to that new face, and whatever was on his face. Like, there are so many people telling us the truth, who were the super fans of the Paul, the old people, right? The generation when they were starting up before he died. They said that the Paul McCartney used to have one lazy eye, and the new guy is not having a lazy eye, right? And there is something around it with the ear position as well, guys. There is a study there is as well to confirm on the top, like a last drop in the glass full of this BS of conspiracy theories. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's a truth, like last drop of lies. It's literally that there was done 2009, I do believe, was done the theory, was done the story, research turned to an essay, research of the forensic, comparing the skulls of literally a dead, comparing the skulls of the person, as well the photographic match of the person before 1966 and later on, the new Paul McCartney. And definitely there is a huge difference. There is as well the X-ray where you can see this, literally the skull, and literally by side, literally by profile, you could literally see it by, you don't need to be forensic specialist, you can see it. Common person can see it like, oh my god, the nose, the pointy nose, the short nose of the new Paul McCartney, and the old one having dropping down, different position, smaller ears, Joe line is different. Uh, this is not the same person. So guys, yes, we have it here. I'm just going to as well to make a short version for you. Bear with me, just 1 second. Paul McCartney is dead from 1966. Yes, and this is a double person. This person is just a copycat. Yes, definitely. And just be aware the message from a real Paul McCartney. His mind is free, and that all the superfans and the Beatles friend will be reunited, even if they were pushed to have a contract with the literally under the contract they were pushed to keep the lie as well. Everything was under literally, let's save the money to keep up the money rolling, let's not lose the money, and keep up the secrets. And the one who revisit the truth, look at expose the truth, was George Harrison, literally exposing the truth, literally. And 2010 there is a documentary about him in his testimony, literally talking that what happened 1966 is the truth. Paul McCartney is dead from 1966. Yes, and this is a double person. This person is just a copycat. Yes, definitely. And just be aware the message from a real Paul McCartney. His mind is free, and that all the superfans and the Beatles friend will be reunited, even if they were pushed to have a contract with the literally under the contract they were pushed to keep the lie as well. Everything was under literally, let's save the money to keep up the money rolling, let's not lose the money, and keep up the secrets. And the one who revisit the truth, look at expose the truth, was George Harrison, literally exposing the truth, literally, and to because that's the truth, guys. It will be downloaded the short version on TikTok as well on YouTube. Don't forget to check out that one. Hit a like if you want to suggest a new question about conspiracy theory, energy reading, fake or real. celebrities or fake or real lover. Welcome to pre-order. Thank you in advance for your PayPal donation. Kisses to all. RIP Paul McCartney. Rest in peace, Paul McCartney. And we go. Next live stream, just in a few minutes, we are going to talk about the death of Aaron Carter. So join the next one. Subscribe and put alarm bell. Kisses to all. RIP, rest in peace, Paul McCartney.